Hello, 7th graders! This is TV High, welcoming you to Teleradyo Eskwela. Tara na! We are glad to be with you in this new normal journey of schooling through radio broadcast. I am your Teleradyo host, Mary Joy Valdebella Dayo from Tagum City National High School. How are you feeling now, dear students? I hope you are well and comfortable wherever you are. At this time, I must ask you to stay in a comfortable, well-ventilated, and well-lit area for you to listen intently and take notes. Are you ready? That is great! Come and join us and be one of a kind math talino student. We would like to thank our radio partner, Hope Radio 107.1 DXHS, where we are airing our lessons for junior high school. Thank you for your generosity. Our topic for today will be measurements. This topic will be brought to us by our Teleradyo teacher, Ms. Monica Espanes of Tagum City National High School.
Hello, dear students. I hope you are all safe and well while listening to our program. Now that you are settled in your homes, bring out your pens and notebooks and your learning materials, specifically your Mathematics 7, Quarter 2, Module 1. Let us hear our learning objectives for today. At the end of this lesson, you are expected to approximate the measures of quantities, particularly length, weight or mass, and volume. Measurement is the act of determining the amount, degree, or dimensions of something. It is important to measure certain things properly and accurately, such as distance and time. By measuring things, we can better understand the world. Now, before we start our lesson for today, let us perform an activity. I have 2 multiple-choice questions, and you will be given 3 seconds to answer each question. Write your answers in your answer sheets. Are you ready? Let's go. Question number 1. What is the metric unit used for determining the length? A. Meter, B. Pace, C. Gram, D. Liter. Again, what is the metric unit used for determining length? A. Meter, B. Pace, C. Gram, D. Liter. The correct answer is A. Meter. Now here is the second question. Which is the most sensible measure of a person's weight? A. 60 gram, B. 60 decagram, C. 60 kilograms, D. 60 hectograms. Again, which is the most sensible measure of a person's weight? A. 60 grams, B. 60 decagrams, C. 60 kilograms, D. 60 hectograms. The correct answer is C. 60 kilograms. Good job, students! Now let us proceed with the lesson right away. As mentioned earlier, measurement is the act of determining the amount, degree, or dimensions of something. When you measure something, you need to have a tool to help you determine its value. In ancient times, people needed measurement to determine how long or wide things are. Things they needed to build their houses or make their clothes. Later, various means of measurement were used in the trade and in commerce. In the 3rd century BC, Egyptians used their body parts to measure things. To measure length, People use their forearms, that is, the distance from the elbow to the tip of the middle finger, and called it a cubit. Another is span, which is the distance from the tip of the thumb to the tip of the little finger or pinky, with another finger spread apart. The span was considered a half cubit, while the palm, the width of one's hand excluding the thumb, was considered 1/6 of a cubit. A foot is the length of a foot. A digit is the thickness or width of the index finger. A pace is the distance of one full step. These units of measurements are called the non-standard units of measurement. For example, using dunkel or span as the unit of measurement, the length of the table measures 7 spans. The width of a door measures 4 spans. And the height of a window measures 5 spans. Using this measurement had a disadvantage. Why? Because not everyone has the same forearm length. Discrepancies arose when the people started comparing their measurements to one another, because measurements of the same thing differed depending on who was measuring it. Because of this, these units of measurement later on evolved and developed into what is now called the standard units of measurement. The inch, foot, and yard became the basic unit of length in the English system of measurement. This system of measurement also includes units for mass, volume, time, temperature, and angle. Since the inch and foot are both units of length, each can be converted into the other. Here are some of the derived units of length with their conversion factors. 1 foot is equal to 12 inches. 1 furlong is equal to 125 paces. 1 yard is equal to 3 feet. 1 mile is equal to 8 furlong. 1 pace is equal to 5 feet. And 1 league is equal to 12 furlongs. The English system of measurement was widely used until the 1800s. In the 1900s, the metric system of measurement started to gain ground and became the most used system of measurements worldwide. The metric system of measurement has a base unit for length, which is meter, mass, which is gram, and volume or capacity, which is liter. The base unit for length is the meter, and units longer or shorter than the meter would be achieved by adding prefixes to the base unit. These prefixes may also be used for the base units for mass, volume, time, and other measurements. The common prefixes used in the metric system are kilo, which means 1,000, hecto, which means 100, deca, which means 10, deci, which means tenth, centi, which means hundreds, and milli, which means thousands. For example, the most sensible measure for the length of a small paper clip is 31 millimeters rather than 31 centimeters or 31 meters. And the most sensible measure of a weight of a math book is 1.8 grams rather than 1.8 milligrams. Take note that we use smaller units of measure in measuring smaller objects. So now, let us have an activity to apply what we have just learned. Using a tape measure, determine the length of your palm, span, and forearm length using the unit centimeters. Write your answers on your paper. Again, using a tape measure, determine the length of your palm, span, and forearm length using the unit centimeters. Write your answers on your paper. Now let us compare the result of your measurements with my measurement. My palm measures 8 centimeters. My span measures 19 centimeters. And my forearm length measures 35 centimeters. Now, do we have the same measurements? Of course not, because we do not have the same size of palm, span, and forearm length. Now let us have some exercises. Prepare your paper and pen. Write the answers on your answer sheet. Question number 1. What is the most sensible measure of a can of juice? 165 milliliters, 165 liters, 165 kiloliters. Again, what is the most sensible measure of a can of juice? 165 ml, 165 liters, 165 kiloliters. The correct answer is 165 milliliters. Next question. What is the most sensible measure of the thickness of a 25 centavo coin? 1 millimeter, 1 centimeter, 1 meter. Again, what is the most sensible measure of a thickness of a 25 centavo coin? 1 millimeter, 1 centimeter, 1 meter. The correct answer is 1 millimeter. Next question. A car is about blank long. 4 kilometers, 4 grams, 4 centimeters, 4 meters. Again, a car is about blank long. 4 kilometers, 4 grams, 4 centimeters, 4 meters. The correct answer is 4 meters. Did you get all the correct answers, students? Good job. Before we end, let us recall how the units of measurements were invented and evolved. Non-standard units of measurements were developed by ancient Egyptians and were based on body parts such as the cubit and the half cubit. The English system of measurement, such as inch, foot, and yard, became the standard units of measurement for length, and the metric system of measurement became the global standard, with meter as its base unit for length, grams for mass, and liter for volume or capacity. And that wraps up our session for today, dear students. Please get your quiz paper ready now. I will read the question twice, write down the question, and then write your answer. Question number 1. A glass of water holds about blank. A. 200 kilometers. B. 200 liters. C. 200 meters. D. 200 milliliters. Again, a glass of water holds about blank. A, 200 kilometers. B, 200 liters. C, 200 meters. D, 200 milliliters. The correct answer is D, 200 milliliters. Question number 2. A small pebble has a mass of about blank. A, 20 grams. B, 20 kilograms. C, 20 liters. D, 20 milliliters. Again, a small pebble has a mass of about blank. A, 20 grams. B, 20 kilograms. C, 20 liters. D, 20 milliliters. The correct answer is A, 20 grams. Did you get the correct answer? Great. Next question. A pizza is about blank wide. A, 26 milliliters. B, 26 meters. C, 26 centimeters. D, 26 grams. Again, a pizza is about blank wide. A, 26 milliliters. B, 26 meters. C, 26 centimeters. D, 26 grams. The correct answer is C, 26 centimeters. Did you get the correct answer? Great, students! That is all for our assessment. For your assignment, please answer the Let Us Enhance activity on page 6 of your Mathematics 7, Quarter 2, Module 1. That ends our lesson for today. Have a good day, students! Until next time!
Thank you, Teacher Monica. That ends our lesson for today. For you to understand our topic further, you may do the exercises provided in your modules. You may also have an advanced study of your topics to prepare yourself for your next lesson. Remember that the key to mastering mathematics is constant and diligent practice. Please make sure to be with us next session here at School on the Air program of the Department of Education. This has been Mary Joy Valdebella Dayo, your radio host. Keep safe, everyone. Goodbye!
TV High, dito sa City High. Makisabay, matuto't maglakbay sa TV High.